What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Friday. I just got home from work. I was trying to watch a little bit of Phillies. I'm on call here to be going out. Got to drive like 3 hours, so son of a bitch. But of course, we've got some Eagles news. We're here to talk about it. So I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time here tonight. Any questions, any comments, and I'm sure you've got a lot of them. Bring them to me. But look, if I do get this call or text, I'm going to have to run. So I'm going to go through all of the information you need to know, and then, well, I'll take all of your questions, comments, and whatever is on your mind. Now, I'm not going to be back till late tonight. So we're going to move Fan Friday to Sicko Saturday. And I'll take all your fan questions, all that stuff, and we'll do that tomorrow. But we're here right now. Let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you had a great week. Can't even enjoy the Phils game. The bullpen wants to suck. It's now 2-2. So what is going on, Tiffany? And, that's why we talked about it for the last year here, so look, it's a bummer, though. Sad day for us and a good day for the Jets. Don't like the kind, no doubt, man. But we'll talk about here in a second. Yo, what is going on, my man? And yo, what's up? And go Birds. Yo, no doubt, dude. Well, look, we talked about this move for over a year now. We talked about the fact that he would be a free agent, so probably going to draft someone. We did that. Nolan Smith. So this free agency, we talked about need to go get Bryce Huff in case something happens. We got Bryce Huff. So I've been warning you guys for a very long time that this is indeed something that could happen because, look, he's in the final year of his contract. He doesn't want to restructure it. Like, look, it looks great. Yeah, it'll save us money. He can stay, but he wants to be paid. And the dude is phenomenal, so you can't blame him. And Howie obviously couldn't agree to terms with the agent. And we all knew that was a possibility due to the fact that, well, again, he will be a free agent next year. And wanted to get something in return rather than going for the compensatory pick next year after he leaves, whatever. Look, so it's a third round pick. Well, we'll talk about it in a sec. But look, man, I love Haason Reddick. I wanted him to stay. I thought, this would be the best pass rush in the league. But we've still got a lot of players. We've got the draft coming up. And we talked about it. They're going to add edge rushers regardless. Now they're definitely going to be adding edge rushers. They always do. So is what it is, but let's take a look at this stuff and then I'll jump back over to the comments, give you guys what you want to see. So you can see that we traded Reddick for a 2026. So not this year, not next year, but the next year, third round pick. So, okay, I guess that was the best compensation. Now, I said you cannot get rid of him for lower than a third just because of that compensatory stuff. So, I guess that makes sense because it can become a second round pick. That, condition there is if he plays 67.5% of the, snaps and has 10 or more sacks, then it becomes a second rounder. And look, that's probably going to happen. The dude is a stud. So you get a second round pick in return. And look, we talked about you got to get something rather than nothing. And if he was going to walk or be unhappy this year, not play without a new contract, well, that just is what it is. So you essentially get Bryce Huff and a third or maybe a second round pick for Haason Reddick. And look, it's an unfortunate part of the game. I hate it. I really do. But this is why I warned you and try to prep myself because I don't like this stuff, but it is part of the game. That's why I try to show you guys the cap stuff, all of that information so that you know what's going on. And, well, now you add him to the list of guys that are gone and on defense, Byard, Cox, Morrow, and now Reddick. See on offense, Kelsey, Driscoll, Mariota, Opeta, Stoll, Swift, Watkins. So we're getting that change that we asked for, looking for, a new guard here. But these are the guys that are remaining. Olamide Zaccheaus just going to the Commanders. So he is off the board, but you've still got 4 offensive guys and you've got 6 defensive guys still remaining out there. But look, we retained some players. We talked about Brandon Graham is back. Josh Sweat was restructured here. So you have some edge guys back. We know Nolan Smith was drafted last year. And look, we know obviously that Bryce Huff was brought in. We talked about Zach Bond being able to help at both off ball and edge. Maybe a little dabble of Oren Burks, helping there as depth. But look, this is something we obviously knew could come. We did our best to hope that it didn't, right? We just tried to, oh, dude, and I did everything I could to, explain this stuff to you guys and get you ready that this could be possible. And I saw a lot of people making stuff up, online saying, my source told me he's staying. And that's not what I heard. I heard it was definitely, as I kept saying, it's really up in the air and he could definitely be traded. So it's an unfortunate part of the business, but let's take a look at what this depth chart looks like now. So you take out Haason Reddick and now you put in Bryce Huff. So you have Sweat and Huff as your starting edge guys, and Brandon Graham, Nolan Smith are there. You have Patrick Johnson, Julian Aquara, Teron Jackson, Terrell Lewis was brought in. Brandon Smith can dabble a little bit there with Zach Bond. So some versatile pieces here that can help out. And, you got to look to the future always. And it's unfortunate now. If you haven't seen this before, anybody in green new to the roster, Isaiah Rodgers obviously was here last year, but suspended. So I made him green for you guys. Anybody in gray was a reserve future signing. But look, here's the offense for you in case you missed that. I understand losing Haason Reddick, and this is going to turn everybody against Howie. It's back to fire Howie, and everybody sucks. I know what is coming, but look, it's an unfortunate part of the business. That's all I can say to you. It sucks. It does. I love Haason Reddick, hometown kid. We wanted to win a Super Bowl for him. Well, now he's going to go to the Jets and watch us go win a Super Bowl without him. But it's unfortunate, but this is not Howie failing. This is just an unfortunate part of the business. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me jump back over to these. Why didn't we get any compensation for Reddick? I was just showing you the compensation. Not sure if you just missed that there. Definitely a business to it. So I wasn't telling you because I was lying, Tiffany. I always try to give you guys the facts around here. I'm not ever going to lie to you. And I talked about with somebody, I don't remember which one of you had said something, but 14.5 million is what they are going to take on. So I don't think the dead money is going to be that 20 million that we talked about. I do believe I still have his. Let me take a gander here real quick. I'll give you that when the actual numbers come out. But as I mentioned, someone just asked this the other day. I told you, look, they could trade him before June 1st because, they could take on some of the money. That would make it easier for us. So that's why we traded him before June 1st. So looks like 20 mil in dead money right now. But if they're taking on 14.5 of that, you probably only have about 5 mil in dead money, saving yourself maybe around 15 million in cap space. So dear God, we've already got around 32.6. I think that was the last one that we looked at, right? I'm sorry, here it is, 32.498. So dear God, almost 50 million. So maybe they want to make a big trade. They want to sign somebody. Look, you only need about 5 million for your draft pick cap hits. I don't care what the media or any of these people say. I know how it works. So you've got a lot of money to do whatever the hell you want. And this is just, well, why didn't you pay Reddick? Well, we don't want to pay someone that much money at edge when we just continue getting younger there. We have Nolan Smith in the wings, Bryce up here. So he's 30 years old. Look, it's an unfortunate part of the business. That's all I could say because that's just what it is, man. And it sucks. It does. I love me some Haason Reddick, but you're going to save money. You get something in return. So it is what it is. But BMO, I'll have all of that stuff out for you. So hopefully that answered that for you. But hey, Dank, you know that I always try to keep people in front of this stuff so that way they don't have to freak out, but they will. Eagles weren't going to pay. Yeah, man. We've talked about it over and over and over. Paying it. Yep, you heard me say that. Indeed, my friend. Look, dude, I just think that, this is just how it is, bro. I understand people are upset, but you got to understand that's just part of it. I'd rather let BG walk and trade Sweat. Well, that's a completely different situation. BG doesn't cost you what Reddick is costing you here. So, yeah, man. And look, I wish we could have all pros at every position and not have to pay them anything. But it's just, unfortunately, the real life scenarios that we have to deal with here. But because F isn't even a guarantee. I love me some Bryce Up. You guys know he was my number one free agent for a reason. And the kid's going to shine here. I cannot wait to see it and can't wait to see what we do in the draft. So we've talked about Chop Robinson. We're going to talk about a lot of guys here coming up. And, my man Daniel, of course, my friend. And you guys, you've asked a lot of questions and I love you for it. I appreciate you. I've done my best to keep you guys in front of this stuff so you know exactly what's coming your way. Don't listen to those people out there. Oh, he's definitely staying. It's like, dog, you're going to be pretty pissed off because it's definitely up in the air, and it is what it is. So let's go. Let's go. Next man up, baby. Yep. Unfortunately, there is a business side to it. And the people you named at edge rusher can put up his numbers. No, they're not, Haason Reddick. I don't know if you didn't hear anything else that I just said there, but yeah, you could rewind it, and that was my point. But yeah, they are, bro. These people, they just don't understand the business side of it. That's what I'm here for, man. Free information, and they get irate that I always try to help them, and it's like, okay, dude. But yeah, let them be confused and upset all the time. Hey, look, I knew this was a possibility. It still sucks, but we knew. So again, it is what it is. Hold on one sec. All right. So Reddick's still home. Well, not anymore. But yeah, I guess he gets to stay in the Jersey area. Save for the fact, how bad, one last sec. Yeah, and he didn't start a single game. A lot of people don't know who Bryce Huff is, and they didn't have an idea who he was. And you remember when I made that show, I said, you wait, everyone's going to be talking about Bryce Huff as their number one guy, and boom, wait till you hear about this Bryce Huff. I was like, I told you. And then boom, we get him. And man, that's fine. He's young, and they're going to find out what this kid, when he's unleashed. So I'm good with it, man. Cool, understands business, but damn. Yeah, man. Look, you never want to lose, all pro players ever. You never want to, but it's I mean, you remember last year when I told you guys, look, just be prepared for next year, going into that contract year, things like this, it's just how it is, man. So, the compensation for trash. Oh, second round pick. I'll take that all day. As I said, if we could get a second, I would be amazed. A third round pick. Okay. But yeah, I'm down, but, pushed it back a couple of years. So I guess that's the best deal they felt, because it's not just the compensation. We talk about, would a team be willing to give you that high and take on the money, and they don't even have a new deal in place. So you have to understand that to have them take on that 14.5 mil and give you a third round pick that could possibly become a second, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So it still sucks. Trust me, guys. I am not sitting here telling you don't be mad. Like, you can be mad, you can be upset. I like them too, but oh yeah, I got back from work. I'm like, I'm gonna catch the end of the Phil's game. Not happening, Liz. I'm on call here, so I'm just emotional about it. We got to deal with. Yeah, hey, look, man, and people have been waiting to get worked up about something. It's been too much good stuff happening, and I get it, dude. It's fine. But this is exactly why I warned everybody of this coming. Because it was coming, and it sucks. The cap savings coming 25 and not 2024. No. No, if they take on the money this year, make it easier for them to eat Bradbury's dead money. Well, it's not even a big dead money hit for Bradbury. They could easily do that without anything, with this stuff. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's not a bad trade-off for a guy that wants a new contract and he's not going to get it here. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, look, you guys saw that money the other day. Not hard to get rid of him. In all seriousness, I understand the business. Jimmy warned us. Hey, look, Liz is saying it right here to you. I am not here to piss you off. I know people, and it's like, dog, I'm literally just trying to show you from a standpoint that none of the media or other content creators are. So that way you understand, oh, this is why it happened. This guy wanted more money. And when we talked about it, you got to find out, look, are other teams willing to pay? Are other teams willing to take a shot at him? And they were, and they take on the money. That's really good, man. So again, I wish we could just keep him and, have that pass rush that we talked about, but yeah, it is what it is, man. And yeah, look, and I'm getting it ready, bro. I got it all mapped out. It's coming, you guys. I am trying next week to begin the draft series. So get ready, dude. It's coming your way. We're going to be talking about every position. I know edge, linebacker, safety, corner, all wide receiver, running. You guys are going to be tuning in, I hope, to all of them. I'll be doing my best. But, dude, this is far from what the team is going to look like. Don't worry. We're going to be adding to this team. Might add another edge rusher. You might add You're going to in the draft. I meant in free agency. You never know what they're going to do. Yo, my man Dragon, appreciate you tuning in, man. Use these to trade up for first. I'm doing back. Yeah, and that's the thing. You never know, man. That Howie just loading up on ammo. He's a sicko, man. Love this move. We say, yeah, man. And well, we've got enough money to do whatever the hell we want. We don't need money. We've got plenty of that. So yeah, that Devontae Smith, I don't know who is telling people that we're not giving him one. That is going to come. He will get his extension. Do not fear there. But we did not need money to do that. It actually saves us money to extend him. So you'll get even more money when you do that. So it's not about money for Devontae Smith. It's just figuring out what deal you're giving him for the future, and he'll be locked up. That's how he sees them. Yeah, man, it is. So let the man cook. I know you might not like onions, but they're going to cook off. The taste isn't going to be too bad. You're not going to be crying. I promise. Just settle in. People saying she got it first. Yeah, man. It's amazing that they were able to take on that money and, be able to get those picks. So that's what it's about there. But, yeah, you guys know if you watch the show, you've been listening to me, like Liz said, I've warned you, I've shown you the numbers, I've shown you everything, and I've told you, look, it could happen before the draft if somebody is crazy enough to take on a lot of that money and still give you compensation. And Howie, you son of a bitch, you somehow talk them into, okay, well, you're going to give me not only that third round pick, but you're going to take on some money, and you haven't even worked out a new deal with them. So you've got his deal. Okay, no doubt, dude. But if they extend him, do something, they can move that money around and it won't hurt them as much. But hey, man, they're going on a run here. They're trying with Karen Rodgers there. They're going to do what they can. I don't know if he's going to be stuck in a hut somewhere, or if he's actually playing this year, but they're going all in. So it is what it is. But yeah, MDB, appreciate you taking the time. But it sucks. It's like, something's coming, right? And you're like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I know but it still sucks. I saw it. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, I'm sitting here hoping, like, okay. I actually wrote out a message and I didn't send it to my source this morning. I almost wanted to harass him, like, anything new yet, but I didn't. And probably better I didn't, because it was crazy, crazy day today. We got done kind of early, though, so that way I could go on some leads afterwards. But whatever, he hasn't answered me yet, but I'm strapped in here, baby. I want to hear your thoughts. Keep them coming, baby. Yeah, and I hate it, though. That's the thing. But understanding the business side, right, it makes it easier for me, because it's like, okay, all right, we did get this, and we weren't going to get, okay, all right. So it is what it is, but I'm with you. 100%. Go Birds. Luffy, appreciate you tuning in, my man. I'm hurting. I get it, Tiffany. I'm with you 100%. Hey, look, and he is a wizard. And, he's going to kill it in this draft. We're going to continue adding free agents. Watch, they're going to sign another safety. They're going to add an edge. They're going to do things. And people are like, oh, well, actually, let me jump on back. And I'm all about it, baby, because, look, we know that this was a possibility. So let's just settle in, accept it for what it is. We got Bryce off and a third, possible second for Haason Reddick. Yeah, we love him. We want to keep him, but part of the business. Simple as that. Still think we're good for the season. Plus, we get 11 million. Well, we won't get 11 mil. We could get even more than that with them taking on 15, as I was just showing you guys there. But money is not an issue. We already got lots and lots of money. If you guys watch this show every single day, and I keep you updated, you guys know every single day, we're not like the other people out there. I actually like to keep you guys informed. I love that you guys always know what's going on. You know about the cap space. You know everything. You know the numbers. I love when people always just make up numbers, throw shit out. And I'm not saying you, Leon. I'm just saying people are always coming at me. I'm like, dog, I'm literally I'm helping you. That's just take it for what it is. But that's why this was a possibility. That's why it just happened. How he did do Douglas a favor, though, 2026. Well, no, you look at it, and that's what I mean. You get those picks, but you had to move them back a couple years. It couldn't be right now. They're going on that Super Bowl run we talk about, trying for a year or two here. So you're moving those picks right out of that Karen Rodgers window there. So, you've got yourself a third round. And I get it. It's down the road, but again, they're paying that money. So, they could get Justin Simmons, man. They can get anybody they want. I think we're going for this move. We're not jumping ship. We're not targeting anyone. This was just that move. That's why I talked about it last year. We're not trading him because we have a plan to make something out. He wanted a new contract. So that's why we drafted Nolan Smith. We talked about, having a free agent brought in like Bryce Huff, bringing back Brandon Graham. Both those things happened. You got Nolan Smith. So, like, the pieces are in place, for everybody to understand this was coming. And look, I get it. Like, it sucks. It does. But the draft is still here. Like, we still plan on drafting people. We still plan on adding free agents. We have an ass load of money, man. Like, I don't know if you guys have been watching all those, updates that I consistently put out, but dude, check them out. Get excited because there is a lot of money to do whatever. And if you watch these shows and you understand that how he makes these cap hits, like under $5 million, then you get really excited because you're like, wait, we have how much? And we're going to have how much? Like, I've already shown you the ways we can create more cap space. Like, look at the cap hits. These are all the new cap hits we have right now. And all the new players are under 5 mil. Dickerson's at 5.8. Gardner Johnson. I mean, look at these things, man. Like, Howie Roseman is a true effing sicko. And, you can add like, 10 more players if you want. But obviously, we talked about it, about 5 million there for the draft picks. You want to have some money going into the season because, obviously we talk about the top 51 is what your salary cap consists of during the offseason. Once week 1 starts, it is all 53 players. It is your practice squad. It is your IR. Only thing that doesn't count are players that are exempt. So those suspension, things like that. But yeah, man, you have a lot of money to do whatever the hell you want. Whatever the hell you want. So, I didn't want to see him go, but I understood that it could unfortunately happen here. So, didn't sign into it. No, man. That's what I was saying there about them not signing an extension. So, look, this, BMO's repeating here, exactly as I just said, they are taking a player without a new deal, giving us a third and taking on money. Like, you need to understand that's really good. And I know a lot of the media is going to tell you, oh, it's horrible, Howie sucks. But again, this is why they didn't even know that the trade possibility, this was possible while I'm talking about it for over a year, a month ago. Oh, why is this happening? And it's like, what do you mean? Why is it happening? He's a 30-year-old in his contract year. I didn't think it was a surprise, but apparently it was. But you guys see, no surprises here. He's gone. So, well, unfortunate, but we'll be just fine. We're gonna again add in the draft. We will continue to add free agents, and this team, they're building something special. We've got a foundation we already talked about, right? Like, you know what? Let's look at it again. All right. So we'll start from the offense. You have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. Okay, that's a win right there. You've got a great kid in Tanner McKee with a former first-round pick, Pickett, a guy that knows the system in Greer. So quarterback looks good right now. Running back, you added effing Saquon Barkley. I still can't believe that. Obviously, you're going to add more there. You got TDP and Nichols in there. I like that. But receiver, I'd look to add in there in the draft. But you got A.J. Brown. You're going to lock up Devontae Smith. You're hoping Covey continues to develop. Goddard, we'll see, man. We got to add to the tight end room. Offensive line, got a lot of young men here locking up Landon Dickerson. So a lot of good pieces. Sure, guys like Lane Johnson, you don't know, how many years he's got left. Goddard, the same. A.J. Brown, we'll talk about in a couple of years here. But I think that, maybe even next year trying to get him a new deal. But it's just the pieces that are here, I feel pretty confident that we're building something special. This offense, I think you're going to add another receiver. I'm going to be pumped there. The defense, we talk about those interior D linemen. Like, holy shit, dude. Carter, Davis, and Williams. I would love to see an extension for Milton Williams. Talk about Sweat and Huff on the outside there with Graham, Nolan Smith, Johnson, Aquara, Jackson, Lewis all competing. Talk about Bond and Brandon Smith being able to help there. Off-ball linebackers, Dean, White, Burks, and then obviously Bond can do both. Ben Van Sumeren, Brandon Smith. So you got some versatile pieces, some athletic kids here. Then in the secondary, obviously this is one where people want to get rid of Slay. I don't. People want to get rid of Bradbury. Don't care. I think that you have Slay here to help these young guys, but you got Rodgers here, McPherson, Ringo, Ricks. I'm pretty excited. Tyler Hall was brought in. We'll see if he can make the team. He's got obviously depth there as nickel. He can help in the return game. At safety, clearly you need to add there. You added Gardner Johnson. Let's go. He's back. Love that. Sidney Brown's going to miss the first part of the season, unfortunately, but you're going to add to this room. And I think that you can be excited about this team because look at the young pieces that are here that if they're healthy, I think the sky is the limit here. And even in the return game, you locked up Elliott, Man, Lovato. You've actually got return men. So I just feel very confident that they made this move because they know who they are and they know how they treat the edge rusher position. I mean, we've taken an edge rusher every year since 2010. The only year, there was 1 year that we didn't in there, and that was 2011. And you can assure, and as we talked about, they're going to take another, but now you can definitely, and now we're going to be looking in, pick 22. We're talking about, first couple of rounds here. The Eagles are always looking to do that. Pass rush is key here. He's 30 years old. You just went and got Huff. You have Nolan Smith here. We know Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat will probably be gone next year. So you're going to add to that room. I promise you, in the draft and possibly in free agency now as well. You've got the money. You can do whatever the hell you want, man. They have got the money. So you saw it all there. You saw the details, everything you needed to know about that. Any further questions, comments? Keep them coming here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to watch your content. Just think out is a player he wants or Fangio coveted. Oh, no, man. They just, this was just part of the business, man. That's, coming into a contract year. That's how we were able to talk about it last year. It's just, there was no one there last year. It's just, that's unfortunately, he was going to be 30. Didn't know he would get a new deal. And he did decent for how shitty this defense was. But it is what it is. For 30-year-old who wanted 20 plus million, we can sign another 30-year-old who wants 20 million. Ain't happening. Yeah, we're not going out and signing any like big name. That's not the plan. It's turnover, man, to get younger. And that's always the plan, man. And that's why I try to warn people of this stuff. And I'm just here to try to help. Possibilities since 22. Yeah, man, you heard me saying it since then, man. I just don't, I don't know why the media got people caught up with that. I just don't know. Yo, my man CJ, appreciate you tuning in. And I don't know about definitely. We'll definitely be drafting, but we'll definitely be talking all about that. And man, I can't wait for this draft content. With how busy work has been, it's like holy shit. But for those of you that are new, look, I'll go through just like I did with free agency. We'll look at quarterback, okay, and we'll say, okay, this is what we have. Here's what's in the draft. These are the guys I think are day 1, day 2, day 3. These are the guys that I think are fits. And obviously at quarterback, I'm going to tell you nobody. I think we should go undrafted. If anybody, don't care. Then you talk about running back. And we'll talk about, okay, these are my fits. I like these guys in day 2. I think, day 1, you should look. But I'm just saying, that's how I do each position. And I'm going to tell you all my favorites at all of these positions. I'm going to go through that. And then as you guys know, as soon as that's over, I have a nice little recap of my favorite players in the draft. And then I give you the pick for 2024. I had to think about the year there for a sec, but going for year 6, baby, in a row. Let's go. But a lot of good names I got running up in this head, but you guys will just have to keep tuning in to find out. But yeah, man, we've got a lot of good picks. We got a lot of talent in this draft, so I am all about adding to this room, and I'll definitely be telling you who I like, who fits, and who doesn't coming up here shortly. But if you don't have any further questions on Haason Reddick, I am going to get rolling out here. I stopped paying attention to my phone, so if he did call or text, I have it on silent. He didn't. So we're still golden, ladies and gentlemen, but I am all about it. All about it. All about getting more and more and more space. I'm getting younger, and hey, man, it is what it is. So, first round corner, it just really depends on who's available. But yeah, corner's probably not one I'm going to be too high on in the first couple of rounds, just because how much talent and young talent we have there. But if somebody's available and they drop, and that's part of the show, what I do. Hey, you never know what could happen. If this person drops, you got to grab them if you're the Eagles at 22, this, that, the other thing. So it is what it is. Power and you should talk about first there. I think that's my brother, Billy. Guy I work for, his name is Billy. And then we got another Billy. That's, I think, my brother, Billy. Jesus, Lord help us all. But yeah, man, this is unfortunate day. Love me some Haason Reddick, but best of luck to you. Sad that you're not going to be here to win a Super Bowl with us this season, but hey, maybe we'll see you there and whoop that ass. But I appreciate you. Cannot thank you enough for everything you guys do. My neck is hurting extremely. Today was insane, dude. I told you guys we left super early this morning, got up at 4:15 today, and I didn't go to bed till like 1 o'clock. I was like, oh my God, tomorrow is going to be miserable. And it was actually not that bad, but we got it in, man. We definitely got it in. I am hurting pup. Now I got to go drive for 3 hours. So, dear Lord, help me. Now, as I said, if you missed it earlier, I will be back tomorrow with Sicko Saturday. So, the couple of you that got your Fan Friday questions, topics in, appreciate you. I will get to those tomorrow on the show. For those of you who are channel members, you didn't get in any questions or comments or topics or whatever the hell you want, go ahead. You got one more day to fill that in there. So, yeah, we'll be breaking everything down. I'm sure you'll have more questions tomorrow about this stuff, but here for you. You need anything, but there's going to be talk about everybody, and each week it'll be somebody. As I told you guys, and I tell you every year, when it started, who was it? I think Chop Robinson probably the first week, and then you had Brock Power, and then you have Cooper DeJean, and it's always really weird. Like people are like, here's a name you probably haven't heard, and then they'll like say the name that everybody's like saying, and I'm like, no, I mean, I've heard of all these people. I'm pretty sure everybody's talking about them right now. Like I see this stuff too. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I have notifications for every single Eagles thing that could ever happen. So I'm the all-seeing eye when it comes to the Eagles. Like I see it all. So it always blows me away. And it's like, no, that's why I don't play that game, bro. And I used to give you guys my pick way before I did the shows, and then everybody all of a sudden that was their pick, and it's like, if I'm not getting paid like these people and getting the views and the subscribers, I'm not going to keep allowing them to build off of my content, right? So they're going to have to watch all the shows. They're going to have to hear what I say during all of those. And then it's like a little treat at the end. Then you find out, well, he was saying this. So who is, and boom, you get it. And you saw me flip everyone last year to Jalen Carter. They, as quick as they could, trading in their hats and shirts and whatever they were buying for Bijan and everybody. And it was like, hey, man, I'm just doing the Lord's work out here. Just hope you're all saying your prayers. So let's go for year 6 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're ready for that draft content next week. Holy hell. Next week. You got to be kidding me. Now, I'm going to give you some Sicko Saturday. Probably not going to see you Sunday because it is Easter Sunday. So I hope you all enjoy your Easter Sunday if I do not see you until then. But, I mean, I'm still here. I don't have to rush off if you guys have any questions, anything like that. But I do. Oh my God. So that was my brother leaving a voicemail there. Wanted to talk about Reddick. I've got a show. You tune in and talk about it. Just throwing it out there. But I love it. Number one source for everything with ideas. Yo, appreciate you, CJ. And that's all I've ever wanted to do was be the place where people could come and be like, well, at least I know this dude is going to tell me what's actually happening, give me the real numbers, prepare me for things that are happening, who we're going to sign, who we're going to trade, who we're going to draft. I like that you guys come here and rely on that information. And, I don't think people understand. Like, I want you to use this stuff. I want you to go out and be the smartest mother effer out there. I want you to put people to shame when they try talking shit to you about the Eagles. Like, let me teach you how this works. I want that. What I just didn't ever want was for people to just take what I do, build their empire, and be like, yeah, I just totally learned all this stuff magically. I just now know how all this works. It's like, you mother. So, but you guys, this is what I do this for you, man. And for me too. Do not get me wrong. I love this, man. I look forward to coming home from work, talking with you guys, shooting the shit about the birds. I love it, man. I truly, truly do. And I can't do it without you guys. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm lucky enough that you guys have helped me build this to a point where, holy shit, I was going to watch the end of the game. I'm like, let me see if I should. This bullpen sucks. 9-2. See, that's going to piss me off. Now, I guess I should have prepared myself for that one too, right? But look, man, I appreciate you. I cannot seriously do this stuff without you guys. So you keep tuning in, you keep liking, sharing, and you guys are like crazy with the sharing stuff lately, and I love it. Like, that shows other people, like, hey, that's where this is coming from. Like, if you want to know where all this stuff comes from before the media gets a hold of it and becomes a big thing, like, I tried, and obviously ESP is trying so hard to learn the cap now. I've done so much to all these content creators to force their hand. Like, you got to learn how this stuff works before everybody sucks and we got to trade everyone, right? So that's been the number one goal from day one, CJ, my man. Get the truth out there. Make sure people are on the same page so we can be not only the most passionate fan base, but the smartest fan base. We don't want to be looking like Cowboys fans out here. I get tired of seeing it. The new fans making us look so embarrassing. So let's step on them, baby, and let's show them. Yeah, we knew this was coming. And I'm sure Cowboys. Now, I'm not one of those content creators that argues with Cowboys fans every day. So I don't ever see or hear from them because they know not to mess with me because I actually know football. So they try trolling and I'm like, oh, let's talk football. And they're like, oh, shit, I thought you were going to talk crap about my mom. And I'm like, no, dude, I talk football. And they're like, well, I don't know anything about football. And it's like, yeah, no doubt. So, but I'm sure they're going crazy. Oh, yeah, you suck. You traded. It's like, hey, man, if you don't understand how anything works, that's fine. That's what I always tell people. Hey, look, if you don't want to know, don't listen. Just keep talking to the wall, man. That's cool. Keep hating. I'll keep educating. Well, I'm over. Oh, yeah, man. I didn't like these new fans. I really, I'm not a fan, dude. That's why I mean, obviously I created this the year of the Super Bowl, predicted that Super Bowl and how Nick Foles would win it. So, and then I saw this new wave of people. And even then, before that Super Bowl, everybody was such a bitch, dude. Like the death threats, all the stuff people were sending me because I was breaking down how we were going to win the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. It was like, you guys don't have balls or what? Like, you don't know how football works? Because I see this team and they're still winning the Super Bowl. Oh, F you. And it's like, all right, dog. So F them, bro. If they don't want to learn, I'm fine with it. Perfectly fine with not getting accepted. Yeah, man, I don't understand how they don't. It's fine, Joanne, but they don't. No, they have, I think it was like 16, 17, something like that. And with them taking on whatever, I mean, it'll shoot over 20. But what do you mean, JP? Yes, they have 20 mil. I'm not sure what that means to you, though, but you save more than you would lose there. For sure. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. He was traded, man. I just hold on. Let me catch up. I didn't know what. Let me see what. I think I missed something here. Just join. Okay, you just joined. They have 20 million dead cap. I just got in official ready. By the way, thank you. Yeah, man. I don't ever make shows about fake stuff. I will never do that ever. You will never see me lying to you about how someone was traded when they were no. I will never, ever, ever, ever do that. And JP, it's my pleasure, my friend. And look, man, I think that, you guys, with your help, will keep showing people where this information comes from, where they can get it without having to wait from people. Because then it gets cut, right? Then people are taking it and they're trying to explain the cap and they have no clue what anything means. And they're, it's going to be 20 million once all these people go in the books. It's like, no, it's going to be over 30 still. Like, I'm trying to help them. And they just demand that I don't unlearn everything and just be stupid like Dan Sileo. And it's like, dog, I'm not going to do that. Like, I can't. So I appreciate you, man. And now that I know I've got real sickos, people that love real information and don't get, just off on this misinformation. Yeah, we're trading everybody sucks. Like that, it means the world to me that you guys keep showing up because I need sickos, man. I need real fans. Yeah, man, I can't believe they got that third with a conditional second and they made him pay all that money. That's how he's nuts, man. We're not confused all the time. Just inside about. Oh no, people are definitely insanely confused. But no, you guys are great. You guys always have great questions, and I think that a lot of times, this is why when fire everyone, trade everyone, get rid of all the players. Hurts can never develop. How we suck. This is why I'll stand in front of you guys and tell you, look, I love you, but I'm here to inform and give you real information. And I understand people like to go with the flow of what they're being told and just to spaz out about everything. But this is why I'm here to help, man. Hotel New Orleans watching our Phillies. Oh, yeah, man. It was 2-0. Now 9-2. Phillies. But yeah, I was just explaining that. We'll get those numbers here soon. Looking down the barrel of 90. I have no clue what their dead cap is. So, yo, appreciate you tuning in, man. And you heard me break all this stuff down. And look, as I mentioned, them taking on that 15 mil, it's probably going to have us saving a good amount of cap space and way less dead money than that 20 mil. So as soon as those numbers come out, I will give it to you, but it's just a matter of how they're breaking it down. That's going to affect the cap. So I can't give you an exact number, but we've already got that 32.4 mil we talked about. So yeah, we've got a lot of cap and we're going to have more. So yeah, you got cap space, you got draft picks for a guy that wanted a new contract you weren't going to pay. So they're taking on $14.5 million. So it is what it is. But why is it skipping your comments? How's it skipping your comments? I'm pretty sure I just answered all that. So not sure what it skipped. Maybe you're not typing something in. But yo, my man Trayvon. Hopefully I've been able to do that the last year. Well, I guess it would be what? Since we talked about it that prior season, it'd be like a year and a half that we've been talking about it. So yeah, man, like I said, throughout this entire time since, it saves you the cap, but that doesn't matter because we have cap. But you get a guy, okay, in his final year who's 30 years old, wants big money. We don't want to give it to him. We want to get younger. I can't simplify it any. You got something in return rather than now, if you let him walk, you get a compensatory pick. But here's the thing. You are actually not taking on that $20 million in dead cap. That is the key here. So they pay $14.5 million and give us a pick. That's how we being Howie, man. Why we're not GMs. Yeah, no doubt. And I'm going to hope to be working with Howie here so I can just get better and better at this stuff. But, this is why I tell the media, like, maybe just leave the cap stuff to me and leave this stuff because, like, they just get, a little lost. And it's like, well, understanding this would be key to explaining it. And they just try. They go off about how this money's, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? So, but they want to be Howie. But I want to be Howie. I just actually put in the work to learn this stuff. And well, you've seen they were actually finally trying to learn it. But I appreciate you, Liz. And let's hope they give me a shot. I would love that. I really would. And of course, I pick up this other job while I'm picking up another job. And now, hey, you want to give me a fourth job? I'll take it. But those other jobs are going out the window. I get that one. Only thing that stays is, of course, I'll have less free time, but I told you my plan. I want to make my YouTube channel a part of me working with the Eagles and make you guys a part of it and do stuff I can. And then for you channel members, give you real in-depth looks at stuff. So I'm going to keep working at it, man. I'm going to keep chipping away. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But well, yeah, I mean, when you lose your all-pro edge rusher, of course. But hey, that's just part of the game. And we talked about it. We're going to add an edge, and you guys have heard me throughout this entire free agent show. We could still add a free agent because you just don't know. So you got to wait to see what happens with Reddick. If you get rid of him, obviously you're going to be adding much higher in the draft. And look, if someone's available, even if we add Reddick, we would take someone in the draft. The Eagles love to add on the defensive line, whether that be interior or edge. Now, you added interior D lineman the last 2 years, so I think edge, it was the more possibility because we talked about it. Sweat's going next year. Brandon Graham's going to be going next year. If Reddick was here, he'd be going next year, but he is obviously gone now. So it is what it is, man. And, that's why we talked about it, last year that we would draft an edge rusher probably in the first or second round. You get Nolan Smith at the end of the round there. What did I talk about? My number one free agent there, Bryce Huff, right? So you got to look into the future. People are, how do you know everybody we're signing and trading and drafting? And it's like, well, if you look into the future, if you try to look at from Howie vision, if you understand how the cap works, understand all these things, that's how you make an educated, guess here. And a lot of it is just predicting things. I don't have a magic ball here. I know you guys think I do, but I'm just doing my best. And obviously, if it's something I'm not guessing and a source is telling me, I will just tell you what that is. But you guys have seen me. I sat here I talked about Haason Reddick. Would we go get Reddick? That was my number one guy. We got Reddick. I mean, I'm just trying to help here. Weird to me. It was next year's draft. It'd be 2026. Wow. Well, Kev, if you're ever into information like this, if you wish you would have been informed and knew this was coming, you can always tune in, my man. We've been talking about this for a year and a half now, and obviously the last couple of months pretty strong. But always here to help, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, either way, it sucks, right? We love Haason Reddick, and we talked about it. I don't want to see him go, but he's going to be going eventually, whether it be this year, next year. Don't see him in the future as a 30-year-old edge rusher when you add Bryce Huff, Nolan Smith, and you've just got all this stuff. So it is what it is. We will be just fine, ladies and gentlemen. Next man up, and I cannot wait to see Bryce Huff unleashed. Nolan Smith, obviously extended reps. I'm ready, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you this evening. This Terry better call me back here soon because I am not going. Oh my God, he texted me. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. Love each and every one of you. Hope you have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I'm sorry for you, China, especially. But again, No Fan Friday tomorrow, Sicko Saturday. If you guys remember, get those questions in, topics, whatever it may be. I will be live tomorrow. We'll be breaking everything down here again and talking about everything under the sun. But I love each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!